needed to make this video that I have already posted this, but I thought I'd make a full video on this, on achieving and getting my GED. So I framed this beautiful frame, my GED diploma certificate. I'm 42 years old. It's about 22 years ago I was supposed to get a GED and I never did, even though I've worked for some prestigious places like Child Protective Services, EPA, FDIC, and just about every print shop you can imagine, including many different types of jobs. But this is a photo here of my biological mother. This is what my real mother looks like, but she is triplets. I have not, and this is me in a photo we ate on our birthday at a restaurant, and this is before I found out that she was triplets. And this is a lock of my hair that I made, a little braid that I did to set that there in memory of me. And I thought that'd be a great sentimental gift to give to my mother. And as you can see, my GED. Now, I desperately want to make this video so that I can make this very clear to everything that is kind of going on with the circumstances. I got this GED for myself, and I did this for my mother and father, who's already deceased. He is my biological father. I never got to meet my biological father, and just over the years recently found out that I had a biological half-sister I never knew I had. But I got this because it adds some clarity of all the videos that I'm making about electronic devices, being followed, being harassed, because your academics and achieving something like this, because the mathematics is, the GED nowadays is much more difficult than it was 22 years ago. It's very advanced mathematics. So I wanted to get this to prove to everybody that can watch my videos on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, any social boards that I have, that I'm not crazy on who is using some sort of electronic devices on me. And this has been going on for a very long time. This is just something that I glued and put together just to kind of give an idea of the different maybe mechanisms that are being used on me. I have had a lot of, this has been going on for way too long, and it is just a matter of time where this plaque will be nothing more than basically like a tombstone of my death. I want to say this because I don't know who's responsible for shooting me with these electronic devices. Everything that I have talked about, these electronic devices shooting me, that I have repeatedly posted evidence all over Facebook, is exactly the truth. And this will hopefully verify the truth of what I'm speaking by achieving these academics, so that it can add some clarity of my mind, my health, the health of my mind, of everything that's going on. And it was extremely difficult to get and study all on my own and relearn the algebra, geometry, polynomials, square roots, and how to divide square roots and whatnot, and much more sophisticated mathematics. I'm hoping that this will allow me to also help get a job and further my education, hoping to go to college, hoping to be able to maybe get some certificates. When I say college, since I'm already 42 years old and everything that's going on, college is pretty much out of the question. But as far as me receiving any minor certificates or anything like that, or a CDL or something like that, definitely, if that's even possible. It was excruciating having to study on my own and watch a bunch of YouTube videos so that I could relearn this math on my own and not go to a class. So I thought that was a pretty good achievement. I hope this makes my father proud and my biological mother proud. But I know that my mother, when I spoke to her in this photo, not knowing that she was triplets, something was very wrong with her state of mind and her health. And I wasn't sure what was going on because there was a lot of threat that was going on when we were taking this photo, and there was a lot of bad that was going on. And my mom got pretty eye-teary when we took those photos and I was talking to her. But I've had this hair lock and several other hair locks for a long time. This picture was taken when I was about 37 to 38 years old. And so I thought I'd get this, that please, anyone, I beg anyone that can help me find out what and who is doing this to me and for what reasons and what legal rights, if any, to use these frequency devices, these electronic devices, whatever it is that they're using on me, in every location. Everything that I do in this room, everything that I do in any place that I live, everything I do on my laptop, everything I do on my phone is being entirely monitored live and being observed by individuals that have been stalking me. That's why I have posted, I try to post all my business and everything you can imagine on YouTube and on Facebook, especially my Facebook, to add the evidence and everything that's kind of going on. There's a lot that you're not being able to see, a lot you're not able, that I have not posted, just because it takes so much time to upload videos and organize all this stuff. I don't know who's responsible for setting these up and hiding them in the locations, whether in my phone. Now keep in mind, they have me on a full prison, almost lockdown on me. Meaning, when I purchase something on Amazon, they are being notified what I purchase, when I'm going to purchase it. I put it in my cart, maybe purchase it a couple of days. They know what I'm purchasing. They know what I'm spending my money on. They know everything, my bank accounts. They know how much money I'm spending, how much money I have. They know everything I do on my laptop, to the history on my YouTube videos, my likes videos, my watch videos, everything that I'm paying attention to, whether it may be on another getaway trip or planning to move or going to, trying to learn what other classes I could take. Everything is being tracked down. My mother lives just about half a mile down the road, about a 20-minute walk from here. And this, as you can see, they're making me pass gas. They had these electronic devices. This was achieved March 7th, in March 2006, this month. I don't know who's using these electronic devices, but there is various different types of electronic devices that they're using on me. They do a various wide range of things to the human body. The majority of these electronic devices that they have turned on and they have placed in my environment, I don't know what it is, if it's an electric chip they put into my phone that sends frequency signals to everywhere I'm at, to putting hidden maybe tracking devices, chips in the soles of my shoes, excuse me, I'm not kidding, like I can tell my regulated digestive system, this is an electronic device. Okay, I do not have bowel system problems. My bowel system is perfectly fine. And I eat very, very healthy as best as I can and try to take care of my health as best as I can. But please understand that someone is placing some sort of electronic devices and they're paying someone to observe me, paying somebody in a group of people, and it is only coming from the transgenders and homosexual individuals that have either been I have so many enemies and so many people against me. It is easy to pay these people and find somebody hateful enough to commit a murder. I've already had a murder attempt happen to me a number of years ago. Everywhere I go, people know where I'm going. They're being dispatched to the very details. You wouldn't even be able to imagine the details of what these people are doing to me. But they place these devices every single environment that I'm in, all the way from me running deep to figuring out deep into the woods of Hawaii, up on a mountain where there is no ability for you to be able to put an electronic device and not feeling a single thing being shot at me, to diving underneath water or going into caves in Cancun, Mexico, to traveling overseas to London, to jumping on a flight to go to Krakow and Auschwitz, Birkenau, where the Holocaust happened, where they were shooting at least these electronic devices, to skipping a flight on my way back to Dallas, being stranded in Iceland, in Reykjavik, Iceland, for a number of days with no money, and just trying to skip flights and leave and escape from who was tracking me down and shooting me with these electronic devices and taking my complete freedom away from me. So I plead anyone to please help me. I don't know if you have to hire a lawyer. I don't know if this is coming directly from the president. I don't know if I signed any documents that has allowed someone to do this to me. And most of all, I don't know if this was being done illegally, and it very well could. But the police department is absolutely just brushing me off and not willing to listen to me and not willing to help me. I have pissed off the police department, and I mean, they're all filled with nothing but homosexuals and transgenders, and it's even worse now than it was 15 years ago. And they have been notified to not assist me, not to help me, sabotage me. They're running their own campaign, and the people that are doing this to me, they track me down. They know where I'm going to be moving to on Craigslist and who I'm texting. Every single message that I send to anyone on Facebook, on a message, on an Instagram, on a text message, every phone call I make is being monitored by someone that gives either an approval or not, by turning up the levels on my phone, literally blasting treble where I can't even put the phone near my ear to be able to listen to conversation, to doing this to my laptop videos when I'm watching on YouTube, classes where they turn up the trebles, and they do very dark, very, very dark psychology on me. But I really want to say, please, anyone that can eventually one day help me find out who's responsible, why, and how can I go about it. I've reported this to the FBI in the past several times, at least in 3 separate occasions, making filed reports. I have done unimaginable things that you can't even imagine, going to theme parks, trying to cause as much attention as I could to finally try to reach out to someone. But I'm having a lot of trouble because it is only coming from them. The entire organization of the LGBT community and transgenders have rioted and built up an army against me. And, it doesn't matter how polite I am, there is a fetish, there is an obsession they have with just using me as a target and making it difficult for me to find jobs, finding places to live, just to keep me contained. All heterosexual females have been completely evaporated, completely excluded from any environment that I'm going to. They follow me live to the minute that I get on that bus, to the minute that I jump on a plane, to the minute I walk into the restaurant. I walk into a restaurant, there's at least 6 or 7 people already there waiting for me when I get there. When I immediately go to a different restaurant just to jade my GPS location, there will be 3 or 4 people that will run in there and be notified that I'm walking in there. It is unbelievable the amount of attention and hatred that's being persecuted against me. But these electronic devices make it unbearable to live with any kind of freedom, any kind of any type of peace. These electronic devices every single morning have the ability, and they do this to me, make me shit on command. It moves the bowel system, and they are able to turn it up whenever they want to or turn it down. And the higher they turn up the frequency that is being shot into the environment that I'm in, or like when I'm laying in this bed, it moves depending on how much frequency they're shooting into my intestines. You don't actually feel it into like an actual, somebody stabbing you, but it's on command. They make me take shits at like 3 o'clock in the fucking morning in the middle of the night whenever they want to, just to let me know that they're in control over my life. Every day I wake up, every day in existence that I have, they have this team of people following me, and one of the frequencies that they shoot makes your muscle tissue twitch. And what it does is it'll shoot the surface of your skin. It'll shoot the surface of your skin and make it twitch. So it's like pestering me like an animal in a cage. And this is what they're doing to me. I am not making this up. I am not lying. I am praying that somebody is going to do or help me somehow, some way. Because it will only be a matter of time before it'll be over for me. And I don't want that to happen. I think I have a right to be able to be free. I have a right to be able to live without anybody violently shooting these electronic devices. One of the other frequency devices that they shoot at me is they're able to drop items or able to open and close doors, and the vibration frequency that it picks up from that momentum, from that motion frequency, then gets reflected and projected at me in my entire body like somebody's electrocuting me. And they can also turn it up or turn it down. So when I misbehave and they don't like something of what I'm doing, they'll, in this house and anywhere else, they'll begin doing that to me. And it shoots like you're being electrocuted, and it's exactly like they have an animal and a dog. You just electrocute it when you want to. You just electrocute it when you want to. You better do what I tell you to do. And everything that I'm saying, I know that even whenever I'm just making a conversation, when my phone is completely just on standby, to a cash register person or a total bystander, I know that they're very highly likely able to listen to live recordings and live talking that I'm doing directly through my phone, because my phone is completely wired and hacked. But these electronic devices are meant to pester me and torture me and keep me mentally contained where they want to put me and where they want to place me and what state of mind that they want to adjust me in. Some of the things that they're doing, some of the most grossest and sickest things you can imagine. It takes me a very long time to make a video on, which I've made on YouTube several times. They took these devices and they were shooting them at me while I was inside the gas chambers in Auschwitz, Poland, and Krakow. They were following me when I got to Krakow. They were shooting me when they had these electronic devices, and they are very creative. They'll place them on my phone. They'll place them on my laptop. They'll place them in any environment that can be hidden, so that way, if they think that I can escape with what they're doing to me, they have a way to be able to track me down and keep me on a leash to do as they say. And they always send very specific people to threaten me, either at a grocery store or when I'm eating at a restaurant. It is a very continuous cycle of just hatred persecuted against me. I'm telling you, and I'm not making this up, I know it sounds something like a conspiracy of murder, conspiracy of the government, or something like that on a sci-fi movie. But that is exactly what they're doing. I don't know what legal rights, but the police department is not doing anything, or the FBI not doing anything to help me. And these electronic devices and these frequencies, I'm not kidding, they're able to narrow down. I don't know if you can see that, but do you see how it like narrows down? Well, it's a frequency that they can shoot at my body, and they can determine how much, if they want to cause like somebody stabbing me with a needle or burning me. And I have had mysterious scars show up on my body. And so they follow me around and they do these things, and they watch very in tunely about what's going on in my life and how they want to train me and confine me mentally to put me in their state of mind. So I make this video hoping to reach out to anyone that may be able to help me. I pray to God, but I do know that if I don't do anything, it was never going to stop. Now, I'm a prior bone marrow transplant patient. I've had chemotherapy before when I was 23. I'm 42 years old now. It's almost been 20 years. These people are on a death wish, without a doubt. They want to put me and are waiting to put me 6 feet under. They do not want me to be going to school. They don't want me working. They don't want me with any freedom. They want me strictly to be tortured and confined to what cage they want to place me in. And they tell these other individuals and total strangers to then start using these electronic devices and are aware of them to then start abusing it to their own power, where I'll walk into a restaurant and somebody will begin threatening me and harassing me, and they apply the idea that this is happening to me like they have the gun in their hands and you better do what I don't feel that I should obey to anyone and a total stranger who I've never met that is a transgender or homosexual, that is vengefully has an hateful hatred toward me, just to be able to come at me because they want to, and I have to be obedient toward them. As you can see, as I'm passing gas, I'm telling you, like this machine, it has the ability to push air, like push the feces into my guts, causing air pockets, and just like you just heard, and to the point where my rectum feels like it's sore, like they're ripping my anal cavity because they're pushing the feces out of my intestines so much. These electronic devices have a wide range of doing things. One of the most frightening experiences that I have ever had with these electronic devices is the fact that these electronic devices, they have like a frequency that they shoot in an environment. I don't know how it's done, like if it's placed in the room and it's like a mosquito repellent, but it shoots into your, like it disorients the room that you're in, and you can't think very clear, or you'll start stuttering, and you'll start stuttering and you're not able to make complete sentences. And I'll walk out of the room and immediately get away, and I can tell that I'm perfectly fine, and someone is shooting something in that environment. And they'll do this when I'm talking to people, so then the individual can begin threatening me and saying very vulgar things at me, to laughing at me, to just shouting out things to me. So please, anyone that can help me, I am not crazy. I just earned my GED. I'm hoping to go to college one day, or at least earn some certificates and choose a career path that is healthy and what I choose to go into, and make a life for myself and better my life. And I should have the right to be able to freely go and comfortably to any environment on a college campus to better my life and get an education, and they're not allowing that to happen. They're making it unbearable. Number one is they're making it unbearable for me to be in those types of environments in any normal state of mind. Using the students, the people that are walking in there following me, to the electronic devices. It is unbearable, and there's no way anybody would be able to get a degree, or any kind of degree, even just a simple associate's degree, be able to get a degree having someone shoot these electronic devices. I have been lucky enough to even get this, and I don't know who's using these. Please, I can't know how many times I could repeat myself. I just felt somebody shoot me in my kneecap just a second ago, and so right now that they just shot me in my kneecap, on my right knee. All it does is it does this. It goes like this, and it's just a slight twitch, and it's not muscle injury. the electronic devices have a broad range. I have no idea how the frequency sonar works, but it'll shoot in different parts of my body and it'll injure my body parts. And I promise to God, everything from shooting my colon to shooting an entire knee circumference area where the entire knee will start to ache and hurt like it's really sore, and I haven't done any walking or any exercise or fallen or done anything. They'll continue to shoot this into my lower back where it becomes very difficult to get out of bed. They're trying to decay my body from being able to take care of myself. It's one of the reasons also that I got these tattoos, if you can see, because I got this, my sister Michaela, and I got this that, we only live once, and I think that love is very important, and kindness, and that hopefully someone has a heart enough of care to listen and to believe what I have to say about what they're doing to me. I don't know who has the legal rights, but please remember, if there is someone that is out there, the person that is doing this has the internal amount of all the money in the world to apply all the force they want to pin me down. That is hiring the people and paying them that are tracking me on my phone, laptop, my Craigslist ads, who I'm replying to, my emails. Nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, is safe of any electronic device that I have, that any phone, any laptop, anything that I have. There's thousands of different places that you could put tracking devices, chips, and recording mechanisms, and all sorts of things nowadays, especially nowadays. I don't know who's responsible for this, but I am very terrified for my life, and it is very frightening to me that that first of all, there's no females around me, and they do very sick homosexual and transgender sick sexual things toward me to take advantage of the environment that I'm in, trying to give me sex looks, disgusting things, to shooting my penile, my nuts, my colon, when maybe a transgender wearing a bikini walks into a gas station or a grocery store. I mean, I've had sick, gross things like that happen to me that I know that I was told by someone several years ago, told me that there is someone that is using an electronic device and tracking you down, and they're placing them in all your environments. And he had told me this, and many years ago, but I want to say this, it was a very quick, reference when he told me. He just kind of quickly came over to me, and he said, "Be careful." He goes, "They're using those electronic devices on you." He goes, they're beating you with that. And he just kind of walked away and told me. So please, I ask anyone out there that can help me. I'm not crazy. I'm perfectly, I'm a very good mental, organized state of mind that can accomplish dreams and goals and things and beautiful things in life. And these people have stripped me of my life and every asset. I have the reason I have traveled so much and ended up on the streets and traveling and jumping from place to place, it is because of these electronic devices and nothing more. It is nothing more. For me to be forced, when I'm going on a plane, they're bringing these electronic devices on the plane and placing them, and shooting them at me on the plane. I don't know if that can be more of any federal crime, that you could use a weapon like this. And I'm not kidding. I've had people threaten me when I'm on a plane, shouting out things from seats behind me, all sorts of things, where insinuating about my life or my mother or my brothers or something like that. But very specifically my sister, Michaela, who I never knew that I had. So I hope someone can help me find these electronic devices. Why is it that my freedom and my actions have to be contributed to someone shooting these electronic devices without my knowing, and what reason do they have them? Who hired these psychologists that are doing this to me with no outcome? It is terrorizing, because I wake up every morning, I go about all my life never getting away from these electronic devices, always thinking and aware of it, what they want me to do. I'll walk into a store and they don't want me there, they'll violently start making me shit. But I can tell you this, all heterosexual females, the reason I don't have a girlfriend, the reason I'm not in a relationship with any single girl out there, it is because of the tracking electronic devices. They have completely taken away all heterosexual females in my environment. I've gotten tested. I have gotten tested for HIV, all sexual transmitted diseases, and everything came up clear. I have evidence of that. Several, at least 4 or 5 doctors I've gotten, clinics that I have gone to, all came up clear. I've gotten intestines bacteria checked. I have done so many things to make sure. Is these electronic devices just these electronic devices? Is it something that's maybe I'm experiencing that could be a physical illness? No, it is not a physical illness. It is someone, and everything came up clear. So I beg to anyone that can help me. Someone is beating me, and they're just wanting to get rid of my life, and they eventually will. And I want to know, find out who's doing it and why, and how can I get rid of these electronic devices from this person that is deciding to use these electronic devices on me, not being able to allow me to better my life and better the future of my education. They're making me pass gas again. I mean, this is, I'm telling you, the gas that's coming out of my body is doesn't even smell. I know it sounds crazy, but what they'll do is, since they already had me make they made me take a dump of a bowel movement, and they turn it up a whole bunch. So what happens is, when the intestines pushes down into the tubes of your intestines, they're just air pockets. And that's why I pass out gas, because I don't have anything in my intestines. They empty out my guts. I can't even, it is not normal to push out everything that inside the human body's intestines like this. Like, they just do it to wear down on my state of mind, my ability to freedom, my ability to escape, that I'm in their prison for life. But I ask anyone, they're hiding these electronic devices and they're placing them in my environments and only shooting them at me. I don't know why. I want to know, and I want my freedom. I want to know, why does it have the right to a total stranger to use these weapons repeatedly, and then find out, total strangers that know these electronic devices, and take humorous jokes of death wishes upon my life. It is very frightening that they have the ability to turn up the frequencies and shoot them in my environment, where I feel disoriented, or I feel like I can't make complete senses. And it's not a stroke, it's not a brain hemorrhage, it is not brain malfunction. It is someone using a frequency, an electronic device, that if you don't do what I tell you to do, I don't care. I love torturing you. I'm going to kill you. No one's going to arrest me. The police officers are in on this. I can call them and tell them, we have all the lawyers against you. We have everyone against you. And I can do anything I want to you, and use my personal law enforcement at the police department and onto you whenever I feel like it. And I'm going to prevent you from getting money from jobs. I'm going to prevent you from living in any safe environment. I'm going to prevent you from you are always going to be shot with these electronic devices, and that is the state of mind what these people are doing. I've had people that I have met in Seattle, Washington, fly all the way to Barrie, Vermont. I'm not kidding you, stalking me. Fly 3,000 miles. I've had people that followed me when I was at Lawrence Community Shelter. Follow me from Lawrence, Kansas, all the way to Vermont, St. Albans, Vermont, when I lived in my apartment. Following me. I'm not kidding you, stalking me, living, downstairs in an apartment. So I ask anyone, I put, like I said, I hate to say this about my own life, but to think that this is about the only life form that my mother is going to have from me when they lower me into a casket and they finally get rid of my life. They don't do it most likely immediately, but it's to play the clock down until I develop a disease so that I can't take care of myself. I'm not allowed to go to gyms and work out. They send people in there to harass me. I eat and take care of myself very well, and they do everything to deter my ability to take care of myself, because the more decay, the more time, the more probability of bad problems are going to happen down for my health. So I say this because I have run all throughout the United States. I have lived in over 40 to 50 different towns and cities, and I've lived in Alaska, Washington, California, Nevada, Kansas, North Dakota, New York, Vermont, Florida, North Carolina, Alabama, all over the place, in so many different cities. I have flown overseas to London, and this was following me. And I remember being in London, and I'm not joking when I say this. They were tracking me down, and I was able to finally find some females to talk to, or be able to at least find where females were. And I'm telling you, they have, this is a very, very lunatic, crazy group of homosexuals that are following me any country, any city I go to, and they notify the people at those locations, strictly in the gay community, I'm public enemy number one, and to go after me. That he is the person you need to kill and get rid of, spit on and get rid of, and suffer. There is nothing good coming from these people. Many of these people are homeless, many of these people are staff members. I've had people call me on the phone, masturbating over the phone, making video calls and sending them to me. I've had people randomly call me, threatening my life. I want to say, I don't know, but when they're using these electronic devices and you're having these sick, perverted people call me, these people that are on the phone listening to every bit of my conversation and then turning up the trebles and volumes that I have to move away and I can't communicate, that is because they want to confine me to their environment and their state of mind. I'm not their standards of a human being, and so they punish me by then using these electronic devices. I'm telling you, someone is sitting in their house, someone is sitting in their room, a group of people, and they're just observing me as a tortured animal in a cage to keep doing this to me. So I want to say this, I know that there's a number of celebrities, huge number of celebrities that know who I am. I've gone to Las Vegas, walked up and down the strips. I've been to Los Angeles for numbers of days, hoping to reach out, celebrities, heterosexual females, someone that's willing to assist and listen, that I'm not crazy making this up. If I'm searching for love in a beautiful woman, I should be able to find that, not be excluded because these homosexuals and transgenders have a fetish on me to exclude all heterosexual females around me. That's something that's all they've been focused on, is to prevent me from finding a beautiful woman anywhere. Market, down the street, they're working in teams. It is unbelievable the amount of hatred that I experience, but I hope that earning this diploma has some recognition and has some credit. I'm not crazy making this up. They're beating the hell out of me every second of every day and shooting different parts of my body just to torture me and confine me to their standards or state of mind. They listen to my conversations with my mother, triplets. I have no communication with my biological mother. It's only her twins that I have communication with. I have no communication with my family, brothers, other than an uncle of mine. But I say this because it's just a matter of time. They want to put me 6 feet under, and it'll only be a matter of time where they eventually do. And I should have the right to be able to comfortably get a job, work, earn money, and go to school. And that's not what's happening. I hope someone can tell me these electronic devices, I'm telling you, they have a huge range of things that they can shoot at the physical human body and brain, to shooting right below the eyes. I mean, it's literally like a gun. They'll just start aim, and I'll just go right, and I'll shoot Hector right in the eye, and that's what they'll do. And they're just doing this here. They're doing this when I'm at a location. Most of the time that they do this, it is because they have the time to place these weapons in an environment and then be able to scope and then shoot it at me. Because if I ran into the woods right now, they wouldn't have time. They wouldn't be able to shoot me with them because they'd have to be able to take. They'd have to. They're making me pass gas again. They'd have to have time to be able to set the gun up in a location. I don't know if it's an infrared. I'm telling you, it's so detailed. Like, they have a machine in this room. I swear to God, they can tell when I get frustrated. And the frustration may not be necessarily from something I'm angry about. It may be something that I many years ago, or something that I'm trying to think of in a dream or something when I'm asleep, and they will immediately start shooting the electronic devices at me to confine me emotionally. So if I start to get upset, or there's some agitation, because when you get upset, there's a body reaction that happens. So the body reaction, like when you get very sad, you start crying, or if you become certain types of emotions, you exert something that's able to be picked up on a frequency device, and they can tell, because I've tested it several times, intentionally trying to show maybe some frustration or think about something, and they pick up on it, and they'll shoot me with an electronic device like, no, you don't get mad, no, this is how you're supposed to behave. Or they'll turn up or they'll shoot the button, they'll press the button that makes me shit, and I'll have to run to the restroom. And it deprives you from energy, it deprives you from the ability to humanly function normally as a human being, as myself. I hope this reaches out. And I'm doing the best that I can. I pray to God that someone is able out there, somebody. I'm not crazy making this up. I've pissed off a lot of people, and there's, if people saw about what they were doing to me, they would be astonished that this could have been happening to a human being for as long as it has been, because the police department will not help me. I don't know if you just heard that. Somebody just shot something in the closet. I'm not kidding you. They'll shoot different parts of the fucking room, and it sounds like somebody's throwing a fucking rock. Like, you hear all of a sudden, like, the wall, it'll crack. Like somebody's throwing something. I just heard something. And I just, feels like kind of itchy on my foot right now. See right now? And they do this just playing these mental games. So I want to make this video. I know these other people can hear me. I hope this reaches out to the right people. I don't know what reasons, but they're very detailed. They can tell when I'm frustrated, and they'll shoot an electronic device to control me emotionally. A lot of anything that I watch on my YouTube videos, and any videos that I watch on my YouTube, on my laptop, the majority of these videos, unless I already know they're women, what they've done, if they're using some sort of program specifically that's linked to the YouTube account and computers that I use, that they make the female's face masculine, so it looks like a man. I don't know if you just heard this. Somebody just shut the door. I just felt somebody shut the door on me. Like it feels like a shutter, like somebody just shut the door. So they'll tell people like this and other people to do these types of actions, and I don't know who turns on the electronic device, and then they'll tell them, go shut the door, go close and open the door, and they just keep doing this. But I want to say this desperately for my freedom, and I hope this reaches out. And I dedicate my GED diploma to these electronic devices and the truth that I have to say who's violently shooting me with these, that I'm not crazy, that they're controlling me and confining me to their personal prison, to the very details of what I like, what I don't like, what I want to eat, what I'm not supposed to eat, postures, every detail, like a puppet, like a worthless fucking puppet that you can just torture and never get caught. But the police department won't help me. This is my GED that's dedicated. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy making this up. They're placing them in my environment. I don't know who's responsible and why, but I want it to stop.